Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Auditing Your Website for Your Why. My name is Fermin Alexander, Marketing Manager at Troy Web Consulting, and before we get started, I'd like to get some show notes out the way. If you haven't listened to it yet, check out my latest podcast with Catherine from the Downtown Troy Business Improvement District called Discover Your Why and Share It. Catherine and I talk about building a consistent brand message for your business, the importance of knowing your why, and share a few tips on how to know or maybe even rediscover your why. After that, check out troyweb.com/marketing for a free ebook on growing your Instagram following, or the Instagram following of your business, I should say. Let's get started with our marketing auditing session, beginning with the New York Tech Loop's website. The New York Tech Loop is a nonprofit organization in upstate New York. I won't share too much information because we'll go through their website and just discover their why and essentially get to know what each section of the website means and the reasoning behind each section of the website. I've created this website for the New York Tech Loop with the help of Troy Web Consulting and have gone ahead and reviewed pretty much every section of this website. So I already know what it's about, but I'll let you know why we created certain pages. So, to begin with, this section that you're seeing here when you first load a website without scrolling or anything is called Above the Fold. Now, what Above the Fold should do, in theory, is to tell the person that's visiting the website exactly what the website's about and also direct that person to do something. So as you can see here, above the fold, we have the navigation bar that goes through each section of the website. We have a distinctive button here, which essentially is the call to action, the main thing that you want to pop out on the website. In this case, it's become a member. So you can become a member of the New York Tech Loop. Over here, we have our, what we could get technical and call H1, or our title. Here is 4 cities, 1 software community. So right off the bat, you could see that it's kind of a group of members or a group of people that come together. Over here, we have our H2, which that's a more technical term, but just in case someone out there is thinking more technically, a nonprofit organization dedicated to attracting talent, supporting startups, and promoting the software community in Albany, Saratoga Springs, Schenectady, and Troy, New York. So right then and there, you know where this nonprofit is focused in, you know what they're about, and you, for the most part, know their why right off the bat. You know that's a nonprofit organization, you know it's dedicated to attracting talent, and promoting the software community in these specific areas. So right then and there, you already know their why, and as a newcomer visiting this website, you don't have to guess. So right at the bottom here, you have 2 distinct buttons. One says Stay in the Loop, one Learn More. Those are also call to actions. The Stay in the Loop button is actually a newsletter that opens up. The Learn More button just tells you more about the company in general. So if you keep scrolling here, and this part is kind of above the fold because you could kind of see it without scrolling, we have the featured members. So featured members are just row of logos. It shows who their top members are, so you can see who they're involved with. On the forefront, it's what is the New York Tech Loop. Here you could really understand what the company is about. You could see that their why is not to sell you something, it's to give information. As you scroll down, you see that social media is important to them because over here we have the social media icons right at the forefront of the website. Down here, we get more into the information on more about the business, what they do, attend college fairs, college programs, promote events, promote local jobs, and share newsletters. If we keep scrolling, we see that they also share upcoming events. So here, every single button that you see here goes to a different page with more information. If someone is coming to the website for events, they scroll down. They can see events, they click on view all events and go to that page. So if you keep scrolling here and go to recent blog posts are a great way to just drive traffic to your website. You post a blog post, it gets discovered on Google, when someone searches, let's say someone's searching for women in technology, they'll be able to see that New York Tech Loop wrote something about women in technology. Click on there, read it, and then start discovering more about New York Tech Loop. Oh, this was a great article, or I've learned something in this article. What is New York Tech Loop about? Now they can go through your website and say, oh, now I could see the about us. I can see what this company is about, things like that. So when we keep scrolling here, we'll go down to our footer. There's kind of a pre-footer here. The pre-footer, there's a form, which is a great way to just gather more information about who's visiting your website. Maybe someone wants to reach out to you, or maybe they just want, in this case, to be part of your newsletter. So in this case, the newsletter isn't just an email address and a sign up. Because this company is more personal and it's more targeted, they want to know a little bit of information about you. So your name, your email, what company you work for, your position. If you're not software related, this probably won't be a good newsletter for you. So we're probably trying to figure that out before we start sending you newsletters about technology. Imagine you are not technology gifted, or you're not in the technology industry and you're receiving stuff about like C++ and PHP and HTML and all these different technologies and different languages and coding languages. You probably won't want that, and you'll probably unsubscribe, which looks bad on your Tech Loop's part, but it's just that we didn't filter out the people that are actually interested in the actual newsletter. To the right here, you have your Twitter feed. Obviously, Twitter must be important to this business. So you have the Twitter feed going through so that the person also who's visiting the website for the first time could see what New York Tech Loop talks about on Twitter, who they retweet, who they share, things like that. Again, another call to action to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And these are just links to their pages. And this just shows that they're very, very mindful of social media and social media following. Down here, we have the typical kind of redo of the links. We do have a members only section here. A members only section is probably just a hidden page at the bottom. Not necessarily hidden because I just found it. But it's not in the main navigation bar. And of course, you have your contact information, that being a phone number and an email all the way at the bottom. So now we're going to scroll all the way to the top. And then we're going to go through and just click through these different tabs. Now, this section and this part of the webinar really focuses on content. So I'm not going to click on every single one. I'm probably just going to summarize each page. But I really want you to understand, especially if you're talking about your why do you have each page? What does each page mean to you as a business? And how does it reach your end goal of, over here, someone becoming a member? Or in this case, a lot of this information is to help people get a job, go to the right events, go to the right meetup groups. So how does each page relate to someone ultimately reaching that goal that you've set for your business? So we're going to go through the tabs. I'm going to go to the About Us section. So About Us has more information about the New York Tech Loop. If someone's interested, how can they join? How can they be a part of it? How did New York Tech Loop start? You could see more of the team. And then there's the big surprise. I'm actually working with New York Tech Loop. It's not really a big surprise. I've been saying our company the whole time. But you can see members of the board and things like that. You can get more information about the New York Tech Loop. And the way that reaches your goal is that as someone wanting to become a member, for example. So the New York Tech Loop, the way it runs is that companies pay for membership. So if I want to be a member of the New York Tech Loop, of course, I would want to do my research before spending or investing, I should say, investing money into the business. So here you can learn a little bit more about New York Tech Loops. You could learn about specific programs that they do, college programs, event sponsorships, job fairs. That's just a really quick way of having someone understand exactly what this organization does. Over here, you have members, and just highlight all the members of the New York Tech Loop. Now, how this helps is that one, it shows someone that is looking for a job that New York Tech Loop is reputable and is being backed by companies that are trusted in the area. Two, it helps other members realize, okay, this New York Tech Loop is a legitimate organization with other companies that I may or may not know, but companies that are in the area, in my general area, that have already invested their time, money, and effort into seeing that this business grows. So another great part is of the New York Tech Loop is jobs, right? So we're trying to focus on having people get hired, stay in the area, keep talent in the area. And one way that we do that is that for our members, we list out the jobs that our members are offering. So if you scroll all the way through, you could see a bunch of jobs on here. And that goes directly to the end goal of having someone click on one of these jobs, go on the website, and actually apply. And the New York Tech Loop was the reason for that. So that kind of goes hand in hand with our why. So right now, the New York Tech Loop has two goals, one being to attract more members to join the New York Tech Loop and invest in the New York Tech Loop, and another being to attract more talent in the area and keep talent in the area. And that is just shown throughout the website. So we go through events, for example. Events, we have featured events in the New York Tech Loop. All of these are software related, so you still stick with your why. Maybe there's a event like it's around St. Patty's Day, so maybe there's the St. Patty's Day parade. It's not a software event, though it is an event that has a lot of people. Maybe there's a lot of traffic online of people Googling St. Patty's Day parade. Yes, you would love for that traffic to come to your website, but that traffic isn't exactly who you want to be on your website. So you always have to focus on your why rather than focus on what's the biggest thing happening in this area? How can I get attention? How can I get attention from the people that I believe or I know are going to be customers and people that are going to reach my goal or help me reach my goal. So if you go to community, again, we're trying to focus on having people stay in the area. So the why of this page is it promotes different parts of the New York Tech Loop. So in general, it shows what is the New York Tech Loop. We have a video over here about upstate New York. And let's use Albany, for example. Actually, let's use Troy because we're in Troy. Here you can see the different meetup groups in the area. You can see the different co-working spaces in the area. And as someone interested in software development, I have a general understanding of what does Troy have to offer to someone that is interested in software development outside of my work. Blog and news, it's blog and news. For blog and news, you have more information that is more directly associated with the area. It's probably more information about local software development information. For example, over here we have about the RPI student, open conversation about technology, Albany Code Camp, which is a great event in the area, more software related information, more software related posts throughout. So the why of this is to have outside people that are maybe searching, and I mentioned this earlier, maybe searching for women in technology, and when they find that post, they could get to the website, find out more information. And ultimately, for kind of the bigger set of things, it's become a member. You want people to come here, click on it. The immediate why of this page is to give you a general understanding of what it means to be a member of the New York Tech Loop. And the reason for this page is literally to have someone go, okay, I think I'm a little bit interested or a little more interested in this, and I want to learn more. So then I could learn more about our software companies, for example, over here. You could learn more about the benefits for each one. What does every single level get? And then you have a form where they could fill out, information about them, then someone from the New York Tech Loop will give them a call, probably Susan, will give them a call, and then get the conversation started. So one thing I want to take note of here, because I never scrolled all the way down here. So the pre-footer and the footer stays the same on every single page of your website, right? So you wouldn't want something that's specific to a specific page, meaning this is the About Us page. Imagine that our team was in the footer and it's on every single page. So you have to think, why would you want our team photos on every single page? I can't really come up with a reason. So so that's why we have the form here, because you want it to be super easy wherever the person is on your website to contact you. You want it to be super easy wherever the person is on your website to find your social media accounts. You want it to be super easy wherever the person is on their website to scroll down and find your phone number and give you a call. If you're a restaurant, maybe it's a form for you to fill out, and that person gets a discount code for something. But you want that to be on every part of your website, but not necessarily the forefront of every part of your website. So you put in your footer. So with that being said, that kind of gives us a general idea of a typical breakdown of a website like this, which is more informative, and has the goal of having someone click a certain button or go in a certain page. In this case, have the person become a member or have the person interact with the jobs that are available from members. So we're going to move on to our second website we'll be auditing today. And that website is Foster Juice Co. Now this website is a template website from Squarespace, so you will see some parts where it doesn't have information. So I'll kind of fill in the blanks with kind of arbitrary information as I speak. But it's just a great example of a website that their why is so important that though the point of the website is to sell products, it is not the forefront. So, if you go on a website that sells clothing, for example, if you go on H&M's website, H&M's website will probably have clothing and the pricing, right? Clothing and pricing, because they want you to buy. Their why is they want to sell. Maybe it's something else, but based on their website, their why is to sell. So if you go on this website, you immediately get the feeling of the focus is the juice, cold pressed juices. That is the focus. Oh, actually, taking a step back, Squarespace is an online tool, very popular online tool for creating websites. Their templates are amazing, and they have several different templates, and they're super easy to use, which is why I wanted to kind of just go through and give them a quick audit, especially because it is a e-commerce website. So with that being said, back to what I was saying. Their focus here is really just the cold press juices. They don't focus on selling. They don't focus on, we have the lowest price juices. They focus on quality of the juices. So if we're going back to our little keyword from the beginning, above the fold, the above the fold here has their logo, which pretty simple logo. They have their navigation here. And then the brightest thing on the page, the main colors, the main thing are their cold pressed juices. So if you scroll down past the above the fold, we have kind of this still focus on the juices. Again, it is a template, so we have situations like this, like welcome to the Faucet template. Here you could probably put something like your why immediately, just so that someone can see exactly why you've created this business. They could learn more. Like you could say the premiumest juices. That's definitely not a word. The most premium juices in the 518, or natural, down-to-earth people making natural juices from the earth. So if you keep scrolling down, still the focus is still on the juices. The focus is on the natural part of the juice. We still haven't seen anything about pricing. So someone like, I'm not going to name drop here because I eat at so many places in Troy. Someone at a restaurant, for example, their focus won't be, hey, look at our home fries and like look at these elegant pictures of our home fries. No, you want to sell as many home fries as possible. They want to sell as many juices as possible, but they have 3 versions of juices, and their main focus is because the juices are quote unquote expensive, you want to tell a story and you want to tell people why they should spend X amount of money for that juice. So over here you have our roots, which it's where you get all your ingredients from, where do you get all your resources from. Our juice, how do you process the juice? Is it locally made? Do you have like a huge factory? Are they hand squeezed oranges? Things like that, and information like that will live in this Our Juice section. Let's keep scrolling. Again, another great place to put your why and put your mission. And also it just focuses on the product itself. I'm going to keep scrolling here. So this is our first call to action button. Call to action button meaning you want someone to click it and do something. Something like a view more button up here or learn more button, that's not really a call to action. It's more kind of a curiosity click. Like I want to learn more about it. I don't want to necessarily do anything yet. Over here, visit our shop is a direct call to action. So we're going to scroll down again. Again, real hard focus on the product. I haven't seen anything about pricing yet. We're going to keep scrolling. Their footer is very simple, just like their entire website is, because again, the focus is on the drinks. I know I'm going to repeat that so many times. But they have the same thing as the New York Tech Loop, right? So if we go all the way down to New York Tech Loop, for the most part, we have our logo. We have links to the social media accounts, just like the New York Tech Loop here. We have some navigation links. In this case, most of the navigation links are kind of those hidden navigation links that I mentioned earlier, like the members only navigation links. And also we have our newsletter form. In that case, in the juice case, they only need the email address. Like, this is a good point right here to tie this together. In this case, the email is all they need, right? In order to contact you, they just need your email. For the New York Tech Loop, in order to contact you, they need to make sure that you're interested in software and you're in the software community. You're in the location that they're trying to get, and you're in the demographic that they're trying to get. Here, doesn't matter. You like juices, we want to tell you about our juices, give us your email. That's it. You don't need their first name, you don't need their last name. You could have a promotion in the future where you offer them 25% off their first juice and tell them to fill out a form. And in that form, you could put their first name and last name. And then another one, you could say, we're trying to find the best city and we're trying to give everyone from Albany a 20% discount on their first juice. Then you ask them for your location. So that's a way to like slowly ask for more information without asking for, first name, email, phone number, social security right off the bat. So you could slowly ask for that. So we're going to scroll a little bit up, not all the way up. We're going to visit our shop finally. Maybe we'll find some prices here. And again, there's a hard focus on the product. So still you haven't seen the prices, but you could see the quality of the product. Like if you look closely, at least on my screen, you could see a little, I guess, pulpness or something in the juices. It's a very clear image. So let's go for orange juice. Orange juice sounds great right now. So I'm going to go for orange juice. And this is actually the first time that we see the pricing. So throughout this, their why has been focused on the actual product. So the actual quality of the product, the ingredients that they use, things like that. Now they finally get to the actually selling the product. So now you talk about what ingredients are in the product, how do you use it, things like that. And if we go to add to cart here, if it's to load, here it's a very simple process, simple checkout. You know, the person already reads so much about your product that you want it to be as simple as possible. And then you check out, you can buy your product, you go from there. So for the other pages, like our roots, click on here, it's more information proving the why of the product is because it's a quality product to have. Go to our juices, again, focusing on the why of how is the juices created, how are the juices created. Then you finally have shop, which is still very simple and still focused on the drink itself and not really the pricing, because you've read about it, you're sold, you're in it. They don't want to have you see the price and go, okay, I think that's too much. You already made intentional clicks, which means that you really want that product. So if you go here to stockist, I guess. Don't really know how to say that, but this is a list of places that has the juices. Now, one thing that I could recommend about this page, although it's properly listed and it's pretty clean how they're listed, I'd recommend a map probably. You have a map on this page where you have different pinpoints, or I say, okay, I'm in Troy, where's the nearest place I could get one of these juices at a location? Then I could see the pinpoints, I could go there, I could put it into my navigation. It makes it simpler on the consumer. So that's one part of the why that you want to focus on, is if your why is to teach someone that a product is good and then ultimately have them buy, when they ultimately make that decision to buy, you want it to be quick, easy, painless. If they're looking for a location, they could just look at a map quick. They don't have to scroll through a list of addresses trying to find the nearest address. So that's pretty much it for the Foster Juice Company. For one more aspect, I want to go ahead and audit Troy Web Consulting's website. I've worked very closely with this website and worked with the designers at Troy Web Consulting and marketers at Troy Web Consulting on this website. But there are some aspects that I would like to just bring to your attention that you could have on your website that might help with your why or help you focus on your why. So, Troy Web Consulting, our main tagline is that we build kick-ass software. With that being said, our main thing is to make sure that the person that's looking at our website knows our capabilities, and B, they know how to contact us if they need help, or know to contact us if they need help. So that's when you could implement things. And again, we could focus on above the fold. That's when you could implement things like this banner right here. What this banner does, gives you the contact information and the email, which is no longer all the way at the bottom below the footer, just like New York Tech Loop's website. Just to show you an example, all the way here versus all the way up here. So that shows you directly that you know exactly what Troy Web Consulting wants. They want you to contact them ultimately in the end. For New York Tech Loop, they want you to possibly become a member. That's why that's in the front. And you need to fill out a form and get more information so we could get more information about you before you become a member. So with Troy Web Consulting, we kind of have the same typical above the fold situation where we have our logo, our navigation bar, our navigation bar. We have our tagline, more information about our company, and then we have a call to action. The call to action is get to know us, because we want to make sure that you know that we're capable of solving the problem that you have. So we scroll down a little bit about who we are, our capabilities, such as our services, why you should partner with us. So all of these go into if Troy Web Consulting didn't know their why, and maybe they really wanted the person to get a newsletter, and they think, okay, if the person gets a newsletter, that's when they'll contact us. Then the entire aim of this website will change, right? So the website would turn less from get to know us and then contact us to sign up for our newsletter. Here's an incentive for signing up for our newsletter. So if you're focused on something like food, for example, maybe you want to get on the website, show something really, really good. The person looks at it for 5 seconds, and then a pop-up shows up and says, hey, 20% off your next meal if you sign up now for our newsletter. Like, it's a one-time offer. That person quickly puts their email in, they hit enter, they go through your website, they find food that they like. Maybe they come to your store. Maybe if you're a clothing company, for example, you would go through, have that newsletter and do the same thing. You post it X% amount off, or get to see our newest lineup before anyone else by signing up for our newsletter. That's another way to trigger an action on your website. So with that being said, really the focus of this session and the focus of this webinar is to have you, or get you thinking about, why do I need a website? And also, what does each page of my website mean to my end result? Do I have pages on my website that really just doesn't make sense? Are there pages on my website that I'm focusing on that shouldn't be the focus based on the consumer? For example, if you think that your blogs are just awesome and everyone's going to read them. If you're the juice company, as you could see here, they don't have their blog at the top of their page. But if you scroll all the way at the bottom, there's a link to their blog here. Because though their blog might be the best blog ever, someone coming to their website shouldn't be distracted by their blog. They should be thinking about shopping or buying one of their juices. So all that to say that really focusing on your why and rethinking about your why, and going back to that podcast, you can get some more information about this. Rethinking about your why is crucial to really focusing on driving more sales and more business, and just attracting more customers to your business. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for spending this time and going through these 3 websites with me. If you have any questions or any concerns, any comments on this webinar, please feel free to add me on LinkedIn. My name on there is Furman Alexander. It's pretty easy to find. It's Firmin, and the last name's Alexander. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to look at your website, give you a quick look through, give you my feedback. And if you're interested in building your own website and don't know where to start, please feel free to email me at Furman, my first name, FIRMIN.alexander@troyweb.com. From there, we could chat a little bit, and maybe TroyWeb is the right place for you to build your website, or maybe you can build your website on your own using a tool like Squarespace, which makes building websites extremely easy. Thanks again. It was great chatting with you. And if you need more information, feel free to connect with me. Bye.